wrote. So it's kind of fun. This feels high. That's better. Okay. Good. The night. Hear ye, there's a tale to be told of a night of splendor, and oh so bold. Not a night opposite of the day you see, but a knight in armor crossing centuries. The knight, I tell you, was honest and true, gallant and brave, and a fine horse too. He served his laird in battles galore, and rescued fair maidens, whether they needed it or not. His name was Gawain, and in great men he did lead, tall and straight atop dalliance, his steed. His armor would shine and chafe at his thighs, but what Gawain carried on, his honor survived. I must serve my king, that is all that I do, said Gawain with conviction while sharpening his sword. For I know who I am, and I must fight and defend, that is all that I trust. The problems arose when Gawain returned home, for a wife and a son he left as he roamed. His son hardly knew him, and his wife was aghast, thinking Gawain's armor a thing of the past. When through the door Gawain's presence been known, his wife set a table with tremendous aplomb. For Gawain kept his armor on, even his helmet, and his wife sat and wondered, how is the doofus going to eat with that thing on his head? With his visor in place and his chainmail protecting, Gawain stayed home and pretended interacting. He laid in their bed with the hardness between them, with his wife thinking angrily, this is not what I had in mind. The next day the wife, with a snarled, angry voice, demanded that Gawain must make his own choice to drop all the armor and stay in their home, or go dilly on dalliance and continue to roam. But my armor, he whined, my armor immensely defines who I am and creates my identity. Who would I be without battles to fight and dragons to slay and the maidens in sight? I don't care, shouted the wife. I want you to love me and make me your life. Do not go to sleep with your clanking and your clutter. I want to feel you with your heart all aflutter. I want us to matter more than your deeds. I want you to love me more than your steed. I want the damsels who need to be rescued. It is me, your son, with a father he must remember. Stay with us, love us, live here, she begged. Take off that armor and know you are wed. I cannot see you through that visor and such. I cannot even touch you, this is way too much. So Gawain heaved a great sigh, raised his hands up high. He tugged at his helmet, releasing the clamps, and he tried to step out of that suit, but the hinges were rusted and all stuck to his boots. I cannot escape from my armor, he cried, for it more than defines me. It is all that I've tried. I know who I am when I wear it, you see, because without it, I don't know how to be free. So she packed up their bags, leaving town in a rush, and she cried as she left him alone with his horse. I love you, Gawain, she wrote in the dust, but I cannot exist with this between us. He saddled his steed and tried to find a battle or a dragon to occupy his mind. He slumped in the saddle as he searched for fame, but alas and alack, it was not the same. He returned to his house, which was empty and cold. that his wife and his son could be told that he loved them and wanted to learn to remove his armor so heavy and rusty and smooth. I know I have hidden from all that I feel. This armor I've loved has lost its appeal. It cost me my wife, my son, and my life, so he picked up his shield, his sword, and his knife. He angled the knife twixt his visor and face, and used all his might to free and displace this armor, this shield of his heart and his love. Gawain offered prayer to God up above. Help me, dear God, help me free from hiding. I must be more brave than I ever was riding. Through battles and dragons and maidens to rescue, I must be more brave and learn how to do it without hiding. Freed from his armor was a sight to behold. He danced and he frolicked with freedom so bold. He saddled up dalliance and off they did ride to search for his loves with a depth of deep pride. His armor was gone and the knight was set free, but we will never know if they became three. Know this is true, behind which you hide and cost you all that you love. Is it worth the ride?
Yeah.